In this video, we are going to show how to monitor applications that use OpenAI's Python SDK, particularly its completions.create and async completions.create functions. Here we are starting with an empty folder somewhere on our computer, and you can see we're using Python version 3.13. First, let's create a virtual environment by entering this command. After running this first VM command, we enter this command to complete the virtual environment setup process. Next, let's install some packages from PyPy. Let's create a file called requirements.txt, and inside of it, add the following entries. These are all the packages we will be using for this video. Now let's create a folder called examples. And inside of this examples folder, let's create a file called 1.py. And inside of this 1.py file, let's add the following code. Because OpenAI requires us to include an API key with any request we send, let's add another file at the root of our project called .env, and then paste in one of the API keys that you have provisioned. Now let's run this application that prompts GPT-4o Mini to generate a marketing slogan about a chocolate bar and see what happens. You should see something along the lines of what I'm seeing here, but it's okay if you're not seeing the same thing, as LLMs are designed to be probabilistic. Now let's add in AgentOps. Come over to app.agentops.ai and sign up if you haven't already. And once you're signed up, come over to the API keys page and create a new project called whatever you want. After you create the project, copy the API key that AgentOps associates with this new project. And let's come back to the .m file and add a new entry on a new line that reads, in all caps, AgentOps _API _key equals, and then paste in the API key that you copied. After saving the updated .m file, come over to the 1.py file and add the following code on lines 4 to 5. And also add this code after the AgentOps import. As we're setting the auto start session parameter of the AgentOps.init function to be false, it means we have to explicitly specify where we want AgentOps to start and stop tracking our OpenAI SDK calls. So let's replace lines 12 to 20 with the following code. And if you look closely, you can see that we're wrapping our OpenAI SDK completion call with the AgentOps.start session function and the AgentOps.end session function. Also note how we're including a custom tag, and this will allow us to easily find and identify this tracked call in the AgentOps dashboard, which we'll see shortly. So let's give this updated 1.py script a spin and see what happens. You can see that AgentOps prints out a link when the session starts and ends. And if we click this link, we're taken over to the AgentOps dashboard, where we can see an overview of this call along with a bunch of metadata. Also note how we can come over to the overview page to get an overview of all of the calls associated with this project, which allows us to track failure rates and some other metrics as well.